Hello, Connect Hearing community. How is everybody doing? I don't know if you have noticed that spring has definitely sprung. I know we have been having a very hard 2020, but we just need to be happy from what we have outside and just observe this beautiful nature that we have in Canada. Here in Vancouver, definitely the trees, the cherry blossoms are blooming, and my husband was just joking yesterday that he's happy that I have to stay home, so he doesn't need to take pictures of me and the trees and the flowers like he does every year. But I just can't help. I just love the changes of the seasons, and I really enjoy spring. It gives me a very good memory when I arrived in Canada 13 years ago. Was actually April of 2007, and I just feel the smell of the flowers just remind me those first couple of weeks I was here. So it was great. Hi, I see some people already join us. So welcome to our fourth live. We have already posted 3 other videos on our Facebook page. So if you have any questions about hearing aid cleaning and the Bluetooth connectivity, make sure you watch those videos. And if you haven't met me before, my name is Christiane Basilio. I am an audiologist. I have a doctorate degree in audiology, and I have been working for Connect Hearing since 2007. I'm known in the office as Christiane, Christina, Christine, Kristen, Christiana. So I have all kind of names, or they just say the Brazilian girl in there. So that's totally fine. I'm not offended. So if you're writing emails and you don't know my name, probably it's good to go. Okay, I'm totally fine with that. So today, I don't want to be repetitive and just thank you again for being here. But actually, Tuesdays has become my favorite day of the week. Is the day that I dress up a little bit, I put some makeup on, and I'm not going to the office to help people, but at least I feel I'm helping some of you through the videos. So I really, really appreciate the good comments that we have been receiving. And don't forget to like our videos, like our page, so you can get just a reminder of the videos that we're going to be doing for the following weeks. So before I start talking about batteries, I just want to say, just want to take the opportunity this week and say that my heart and prayers are with Nova Scotia, and we're already having a very hard year. So so that's what I want to say. And okay, so I already see we have a lot of people. Hi, hello, Bill. So we had a lot of questions about batteries on our last videos, and I thought about that would be a good topic for us to talk about it. You might be thinking about how much can she talk about batteries? I know, I must admit that it doesn't sound a very exciting topic as the Bluetooth technology, but it's definitely an important thing that we need to learn about little facts about batteries. And I can guarantee you when I was doing the content for this week that you will learn something today. So stick around. Towards the end of the video, I will demonstrate a trick of how you can find out which battery is good or not. So stick around and I will show you that at the end, more towards the end of the video. So hello, hi, oh, Vancouver, hey, I'm Nova Scotia. So, okay, I can't talk too much because if not, I'm gonna cry. Let's start talking about batteries, okay? Sorry. So, hearing aid batteries, they come with the batteries like that. Ooh, I have to recover from this. So the hearing aid that has batteries, they have a tab on the battery, right? And you probably know when you have, if you have a regular batteries with a tab, that when you remove the tab from the batteries, you put the batteries inside of the hearing aids and then you just close the batteries. Do you know why the battery for hearing aids has a tab on it? Do you know that? So the batteries for, the tab for the batteries, when you remove the tab, this type of batteries, they are zinc air batteries. Okay, so the hearing aid batteries, they are mercury free and they are zinc air batteries. The zinc air batteries need the oxygen from the air to get into the battery of the hearing, the inside of the battery, sorry, and then the air, the oxygen just boosts the energy of the battery and it gets the power of the batteries. So once you remove the sticker from the batteries, there are some air holes in the batteries. You won't be able to see that, but once you check the battery on the flat side, there's some little holes there. So with the air, it charges it, you get full charge, and then it starts working well. So one thing very important for us to do once we remove the battery tag is to wait between a minute or 2 minutes so that battery is fully charged before you close the battery into the hearing aid. So it's very common people to like to hold the little tab of the battery and put the battery inside holding the tab, because of course it helps you to grab the batteries. But once you remove that tab, just wait a minute or two before you close the battery door, okay? Because that can interfere on the life of your batteries and how they're gonna perform. So as I mentioned, that they don't have a mercury inside of them, and they are more environmental friendly type of batteries. You might be wondering what you do with your batteries, right? So they can still be recycled. So at Connect Hearing, we have a recycling program for batteries, and usually you will be getting a green box like this. And you just put your old batteries inside, and then when you come to the office to have your hearing aids clean and check, or having to get new batteries, then you can just bring that to us and we can recycle the batteries, okay? And you can bring on your container as well, all right? So this is for the batteries. I didn't say in the beginning that we are gonna be posting a phone number where you can order batteries if you need, okay? On the comments below. So, okay, so we can recycle the batteries, and then you might be wondering, when you get a new batteries from the office, what is the shelf life of batteries? So usually it's between about 2-3 years, but because of course we have a very high, our stocks change very quickly because a lot of people getting batteries all the time. I doubt that you would be getting an expired battery, but something for you to watch. When I'm gonna get a card of the batteries here, and on the very back of the card, it will have a date there. So that's where the expiration date is. And of course, you don't want to use expired batteries into the hearing aids. And I'm gonna explain to you why. It may be obvious, but I just want to mention that. So definitely not expired batteries. Okay, are we doing good? I see. Wow. Oh, thank you. Hi. Oi. Oi, I said in Portuguese, sorry, you see, that's what happens when I get nervous, I say in Portuguese. But anyways, so let's start now talking about what big questions we get all the time is for how long my battery should last. So there's many facts that can interfere on your battery life, okay? First of all, we are gonna talk about the sizes of the batteries and what we predict for how long they should last. There are different sizes, okay, 4 different sizes. We have the size 10, that is the yellow card, is the smallest battery. Then you have the 312s, that is the brown color. You have the 13, that is the orange color. And then you have the blue, that is the 675 batteries, okay? The name of the battery. So what happens is, the battery 10, we expect on average, and all the average is when I'm talking about if you are wearing between 12 to 14 hours, okay? So battery 10, on average, 4 days. The 312s, on average, from 5 to 7 days. The orange, the 13, between 7 to 15 days. And the blue one is between 10 to 20 days, okay? Hi, hello, Rick, hey. So what happened is, what can interfere the life of the battery? So first of all, we need to think about the little protective seal when we remove it, wait between 1 to 2 minutes. So that's for sure is a must, okay? Second, we're going to think about the hours we use. So if you are a person that has long days and you wear your hearing aids until you go to bed, so perhaps you're wearing them for 16 hours, then they're not going to last as long as our average, okay? Third thing that we need to think about it is the type of hearing aid, okay? So some manufacturers, because of the different features they have, they might last a bit longer than others, okay? And talking about features, that is a big impact on battery life. So it's very common when I get in the office people telling me, Chris, my old hearing aids last way longer, my batteries last way longer than my new hearing aids. Why could be that? So the big reason is the new features that were added to the hearing aids. So of course they are there to help you hear better, but they may be using more power. They need more of the power of the batteries. So they work faster, they adapt faster in different situations. So it's quite normal you get a bit less of a battery life, okay? Another thing talking about features is the how much you make changes on your hearing aids. So if you change your volume all the time, if you were changing your programs, if you were using your app quite a bit, and if you're streaming sound now with the Bluetooth things, definitely that will affect the batteries. I have noticed a big improvement actually with the wireless hearing aids and battery consumption. The first ones, that was quite a big deal. They would use more the batteries. Definitely the latest technology with wireless, even if you stream quite a bit, they will, yes, use a bit more of the batteries than before, but not as much as they used to, okay? And I usually say, I know, yes, batteries can be a bit of cost for some people, but we need to use all the features of the hearing aid. They are there to help you, right? So we shouldn't be focusing so much on how often you change the batteries, okay? So another thing important is when you have the regular type of hearing aids, what we want to do at night is to open the battery door, okay? So you don't need to remove the batteries from the hearing aid. You just need to open the door if you're going to leave them on your regular case, okay? If you do use a dehumidifier at home, is a little container where you have some forgot the word now, but it has some silica gels that they help with the moisture. You need to remove the batteries, okay? But if you're just gonna leave on your night case, hi, hello, Jim, boa tarde, Portuguese, so then you can just leave it open like that, okay? So are we doing good? All right, so one question that I get a lot is, how about if I have a more severe hearing loss and I don't want to remove my hearing aids at nighttime? Can I do that? Is it okay with the batteries to do that? Yes, you can do that. So if you were able to maybe alternate, so one day you sleep with one side because you don't want to, of course, maybe you're just concerned, you sleep by yourself, or you are concerned if you're not going to hear the alarm or something like that. You can sleep with one side and the other day the other side. If you're able to do that, depends on your type of hearing loss. But if you can't, what you need to watch is, of course, you're going to have to replace your batteries more often, but that's fine. But you need to watch as well, every time you're closing the battery door, that it's not being hard to close. Because if the battery is flat and put in place properly, when you close the battery, should be quite easy, that movement. But if for some reason during the night or because you're wearing hours and hours, you got some moisture in there, that can change the chemistry of the batteries. Remember, they have a little holes on the top. So the same way that the air gets in there, moisture can get in there as well. And that can lead to swelling. And then that battery can drain in the hearing aids and then can have corrosion. So you just need to observe a little bit about that if you're wearing, constantly. But besides that, you are definitely able to keep them overnight if you want. 24 hours. If you were able to, maybe in the morning, take it out and leave an hour break or something, then maybe be a good idea if you're able to do it, okay? I saw some hearts coming up. Thank you. Okay, so that is for the battery. And then another thing that changes as well, the battery life, is the hearing loss as well. So let's say maybe you got a hearing aids 4 or 5 years ago, and now your hearing loss has changed, and you notice that your battery is also not lasting as long. You need to think about that the hearing aids, it is start getting a little older. Another thing is, once we change the settings on the hearing aids, perhaps we're providing more power to compensate the change in your hearing loss, and that will also the consumption of batteries will be a bit higher as well. Okay, so it's quite normal over time, after a couple of years, that batteries won't last as long as in the beginning. Okay, I think I went through everything for the battery life for this type of hearing aids. One thing I want to mention as well is the battery warning. So if you haven't heard any battery warning, I would definitely encourage you to go back to the clinic when it's open again, and have that warning, maybe increase the volume. So you should always be hearing certain type of warning when the battery is getting low. The performance of batteries for hearing aids, how they work, and I get that question a lot in the office. They will be, once it's on, they keep the power throughout. Let's say it's supposed to last 5 days. They're going to keep the power all the days the same way, and the very end, the very last day, then the power goes down. Okay, so you should have the same performance from day 1, perhaps to day 5, and then on the day 5 is when it starts going down. It's time for you to change, if that's what happens to your batteries. Okay, the days, I mean. So yeah, you don't need to worry that they will reduce the power throughout the days. Okay. When you get the battery warning, it's very seldom that you will be getting the warning together, okay? So you won't be getting right and left at the same time. It's very seldom, even if you have a very symmetric hearing loss. What is important to do is to always change both batteries, okay? I do get, especially when the hearing aid is out of warranty and now you maybe need to purchase your batteries, and of course I understand that, but if you don't keep the batteries in the same power level, that could affect the performance of your hearing aids. Okay, so they're never synchronized. The hearing aids nowadays, they communicate to each other. The microphones are working together to localize, perhaps be more directional if you're in a background noise. So if they're not in the same quiet power level, they might be not working exactly the same way. So make sure once you get the warning in one side, you change both sides at the same time, okay? I see we have quite a bit of questions there. I will have some time today to answer at the end, okay? I don't want to rush too much like what I did the last video, so we'll definitely answer those questions, okay? Okay, so I think I got everything for the normal batteries. We're going to talk a little bit about now the rechargeable batteries. So there are 2 types of rechargeable batteries. There are the rechargeable battery that still have the zinc air type batteries, but I don't have it here to show you, but usually they look the same, but the top of the battery is gold, okay? That type of rechargeable battery, you won't be opening the battery door every day like what you do with the regular type of battery, because you need to put them into a charging case, right? One important thing for the charging case for the rechargeable batteries, especially the ones that you can replace that rechargeable batteries, is to clean the contacts. So on the bottom of the hearing aid, there will be like a silver, like a metal contact. And inside of the charging case, there will be also a metal underneath. I'll show you in a moment with a charging case I have here. So I would always do at nighttime, and when I take my hearing aid out, just dry it around, and then you dry the case as well. So you always make sure those contacts are clean, there's no dust, and that will charge that battery better, right? So you can have more hours throughout the day. Besides that rechargeable batteries, what they have now as well is the lithium battery. So it's kind of the cell phone batteries. So what is different is, I'm gonna grab one here and I wanna show you. Let's see if I can show you through here. Okay, so this is a charging case, okay? And you might see or not, I don't know with the light, but there is a light like this. There is a light flashing here, green. Okay, so what that means is when it's solid green, this one is flashing, is not fully charged. So when they get solid green, it means it's fully charged. What happened with, and I just gonna remove this from the charging case like that. Once you remove from the charging case, it depends on the model you have. You might need to turn it on, the hearing aid, with a button, or the latest version, once you remove the case, they turn it on automatically for you. Once they come off, you will see the green light flashing, and that means they're working, so you don't need to do anything else about it. If you observe on those rechargeables, they don't have a battery compartment. It's all built into the hearing aid, so you'll not even be able to open them. And those batteries, they were made to last around 5 to 6 years. That's what the manufacturer says, okay? So you won't need to be replacing batteries. There's no waste of batteries. And then once the batteries not working well anymore, this hearing aid should need to be sent for back to the manufacturer so they can replace that battery for you. Okay, how quick they charge in the case, and that I would say is the same thing as the other version of batteries that I was mentioning before. It all depends how much battery life we have inside of the battery, right? So if maybe warned that they just 6 hours, so they're gonna fully charge much faster. But on average, 2 to 3 hours, they will be fully charged, and they last for 24 hours. Okay, so you get a good, battery life. You don't need to be worrying during the day if the battery's gonna die, or so they last a very good time. Okay, so that's what I think I had for rechargeable batteries. Let me see if I have it. Oh, okay. So I think that's it for 24 hours. And then if you need like maybe 15 minutes, you can get up to even 3 hours of charge of batteries. Okay, are we doing good? Okay, I see we have quite a bit of questions there. We'll definitely go over. Maybe now it's time for us for me to show you the trick with the battery. So this is for who has regular batteries. And I'm sure that has happened to you. With me, happened many times in the office. I get one battery, let's say I'm helping a patient and I'm opening his hearing aids and I want to try new batteries, and then I remove the seal from the batteries, and now I don't know which one is the new, which one is the old. So look what happens. I have here, I'm gonna get 2 batteries, okay? And I'm gonna drop them, so you drop them on a flat surface, on a hard flat surface, and they will do differently. Okay, so I'm going to show you. So I'm going to drop one battery, and okay, let me do it again. Flat and bounces. Okay, this one is not showing very well. I'm pretty sure I got the right one, but anyway, let's try again. So this one is flat, so no bouncing, and this one it bounces. So the one that falls flat, do you know which one is good or which one is bad? Try to guess. So the one that falls flat, it means it's full. Of course, it's heavier, right? And the one that bounces is the one that is empty. So that's the one you need to discard. Okay? So hopefully you could see that. That will help you not to waste too many batteries if you're like me, if you open a new battery without putting it away the old batteries, because that happens very often in the office. Okay? So yeah, I think I went through everything. Let me check with the questions. We're gonna see if there's any question I should be replying. Can you get rechargeable batteries for a normal hearing aid? No. So some manufacturers they have the option of replacing the battery door. Let's say if you have. So let me repeat the question. Sorry, I was just reading, maybe not loud enough. Who asked, Claudia? She doesn't have the name. I'm sorry, but someone asked about if a hearing aid that doesn't have a rechargeable battery, if they can become rechargeable. Some manufacturers, you were able to change the battery door compartment to the one that is compatible to the rechargeable batteries. So there are some manufacturers that can do that, okay? And then you can start using the rechargeable batteries on it. The ones that are the latest version, that is the seal, the lithium type of batteries, then no, that's always or rechargeable or non-rechargeable. We're not able to use those type of batteries, okay? So let's see what else we have here as a question. So Fred has asked, my question is, why batteries now only last 6 days where they used to be lasting 7 days plus? So I believe I already answered that question. It can be maybe because of the age of the hearing aids, maybe because of the hearing loss has changed, and all those facts that I had point out before. Does use of the icon drain, maybe they mention about Compilot. So I believe about the Compilots, if you use those, if they're going to drain more batteries, a little bit more, not too much. Only, of course, if you're watching TV 16 hours a day, what I don't think most of people do, but they will use a little bit more batteries for sure. Can the tab be removed, say, a day before they are put into the hearing aid? You can, but it's not needed. So ideally, you remove them before you're just going to start using, because remember, once the tab is off, that battery, so it full charge with the oxygen, but of course, then it starts discharging, right? So that's another question I get as well. Chris, I didn't wear my hearing aid last week. I wasn't feeling well, but still I had to replace my battery this week. That's because even though the battery wasn't closed in the hearing aid and you're not wearing your hearing aid, once you remove the protective seal, the battery starts draining. Okay, so they won't last much more if you're wearing the hearing aids or not wearing the hearing aids. Another question for Dennis. At the gym, when I am sweaty, my hearing aid battery drains right away. Yes, because remember I mentioned to you that the batteries have those holes, the air holes, and it does get moisture inside them. I had mentioned, Dennis, about a protection case that you can have, like a cover, they call ear gear, and that might be a good solution for you. You can have those ear gears to protect from the moisture, so it won't affect your batteries. But yes, that can be a problem for some of you. Okay. Patrick had asked, what happens when the hearing aid is accidentally submerged in water or shower or swimming? So the latest, maybe, I can't remember exactly, maybe 5 years, maybe a little longer than that, the hearing aids became water resistant. Okay, so they're not waterproof, so definitely not recommending them to for you to swim with them, but they are water resistant. So if it is a quick thing, so let's say you forgot about it, you jump in the water, you came out, what you need to do, the first thing you need to do is to open the battery compartment, remove your battery. So definitely that battery is a no-no, not going to use them anymore. And you want to dry your hearing aids. So if you have the dryer, electronic dryers, or the container with the silica gel, you put it on there. If you are maybe traveling and you didn't bring none of those equipments with you, you can maybe get a hair dryer and just dry, maybe a little, not too close because it's too hot, of course, but just a little bit. Another trick, that's a good trick too, is to put them into rice. So if you have some rice, you maybe ask the kitchen in the hotel a bit of dry rice, and you can keep them inside of the rice and leave them for the whole night. And that should, or maybe a day, depends how much water you got in the hearing aid. That should help you. Okay. So, okay, I think we went through most of questions. If there are other questions, please put them on the comments. I am responding, everybody, so be patient. I am going over all the questions, and Connect Hearing, we're going over the private messages as well, so we'll definitely get an answer for you. I want to just say thank you again for being here with me. It's been a pleasure to be here every week, and thank you for the hearts. And I want to mention something new that we just put it on our website this week. There is a form where you can. So there's a link on the website to order batteries. So you can just go on the website, go through the link, and then you can add which kind of batteries you need, and even wax filter. So all those little supplies that you may be needing, you can do that through the website, and it's a very easy thing to use. So I encourage you to check that out. And yeah, so just want to say thank you again. We're here for you. Stay safe, stay connected. My big hug today goes again to Nova Scotia. And thank you, Jim. Thank you, everybody. Bye.